All right, welcome back to another episode of the Stitch Method. This is going to be a very quick tip. I got a lot of things to do today, but I still want to teach you. So let's get down right to it. I'm going to use this example that I've used in one of my live streams, and in a video a couple months ago, I discussed how I want to take some things that I did in my live stream and put them into a more professional setting, and this is one of them. How important the CAGED chord system really is going to be when you're trying to write melodies, and we're going to use Creedence Clearwater Revival as an example. And so really quickly, what we're going to do is we're going to discuss the song Fortunate Son and how the melody's written for the intro. So whenever I discuss this story, I always tell this fictional story of how this came about. 100% fiction. So we have John Fogerty, and he's on his tour bus, and he's writing the song Fortunate Son. Now I'm going to kind of mumble it for you, but I hope you're familiar with it. You know, it's And so let's just talk about those chords really quickly. It's a G chord to an F chord to a C chord and back to the G. And so he's writing it, and his bandmates are like, "Hey, John, what are you writing?" And he's like, "I'm writing this really cool song called Fortunate Son." And he said, "Hey, do you have a head on it?" Now, a head of a song is usually just the intro. It's some intro melody that appears maybe once, maybe twice in a song. And he says, "No." And they said, "Well, you know, it's a really good song. You should try writing a head on it." And he goes, "Okay, I'll try." So what he does is he takes this chord progression of G, F, C, and G, and he uses his knowledge of the CAGED chord system to find this new melody. So what he does is he tries to do different voicings of the chords. So he tries this, you know, this G, this F, this C, and this G. And he's like, I don't know. And he gets to here. And this is where his ears start to take off. So let's discuss what's happening here. Follow along. By the way, if you haven't seen my 2 CAGED chord videos I have, they will be linked below. I do suggest you go to them right now if this seems unfamiliar. So really quickly, we have here a C-shaped G chord. The root note is where my pinky is and where my middle finger is. That's a G chord. And he says, "Oh, I like this, right?" And he says, "Well, if this is a G, can I just push this down 2 frets to an F? Boom, boom, boom." And there it is. Okay, so there's my F here, and there's my F here, and this is a C-shaped F chord. And then he goes back to his normal A-shaped C chord and down to the first G chord he played, which you can call that the E-shaped. So again, really quickly, something captures his attention here with the C-shaped G chord, the C-shaped F chord. Feel free to play along. The A-shaped C chord and the E-shaped G chord. And so he starts singing like. I'm not going to sing it. I'm just going to mumble it like that. Okay, so then he says, "Well, I know that melodies come from pieces of chords." And so he sits there and he kind of is fooling around like. And he does that. And now his brain starts clicking. So I'm gonna play these chords, and now I'm going to kind of raise my guitar so you see my right hand. But watch how I play these chords. I don't do anything with these chords, but I start plucking notes from these chords. And he goes, "Yeah, I like that." So what does he do? Well, he finds a piece of the chord melody, these chord tones, and he plucks the same strings all throughout. He's plucking the D with a down pluck and the B, with an up pluck. And then does the D string again, moves down to the F chord, plucks the D and the B, goes to his C chord, plucks the D and the B, goes to his G chord, plays the D and the B. And then he does this really cool tip of the hat to the blues with a minor third to the root, which is just absolutely awesome. And so now, instead of him coming on stage and going, "This is a song called Fortunate Son," sitting there and going like that, and showing everybody how it works, well, he takes the notes and he just puts them into this kind of like scale type thing, and you'll see him go like. Oh, can't believe I missed that last note. I'm very disappointed at myself. All right, so again, he takes the notes of the chords that he had, turns them into this little theme of sliding, tip of the hat to the blues. Alright, so really quickly, if you want to get the fingering of that, it's middle finger sliding in on the D string, and then first finger on the B string. Same thing for the F chord. He switches to middle finger on the C chord and ring finger. Then he switches to ring finger and index. So as you can see here really quickly, that intro, that very famous intro, iconic in nature, comes purely from the chord progression thought up in different voicings on the guitar neck using these caged chord patterns. Now this is a trick to write really good melodies, but it's also like a staple of Creedence Clearwater Revival. Like a lot of their melodies come from chord tones. And it's something that John Fogerty used really well and kind of got to it first and kind of got some of the best melodies out there. So this is just a quick tip that you want to watch those 2 videos linked below. And if you have songs, daring to take those chords to different places and discover your melody lines, it will help you. So I hope you enjoyed this quick little tip, a little, proof positive of how it works with a song that you know. And I got a lot of stuff to do today, so I'm going to go do that. Hope you enjoyed. Rock and roll. Bye-bye.